Yo, yo, what's going on there, folks? And welcome back to the wonderful world that is Etheria. How are you doing there, folks? Doing good today? Good, good, good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am currently here on the gates of Dragonfall. It is survival 131. And I know there's probably a lot of people out there that have still been currently wondering what to do when it comes round to survival at the moment, when nobody seems to be having a major issue when it comes to the wonderful, wonderful dragon's nest that have been rebalanced. Well, if we have had a range nerf to a bunch of stuffs, then, we're going to have to find a solution for it. Nanny! How dare you touch my... Get away! Get back! I double dare you. Get back now. Now, as I'm currently recording this, I actually haven't tried a 131 start before, so we're kind of doing this together to see whether or not if this is going to do the job. And as you can see, everything seems to be doing pretty well so far. I kind of need that ballista to kind of turn around and do something about that guy. Yes, fantastic. There we go, absolutely perfect. I'm going to get my buff on. Yeah, it was a little sketchy there in the beginning, but I still didn't use my most powerful asset in the bag right now. So yeah, it's actually looking really, really good right now. I think we'll be able to do this much better later on. Yeah, there we go, and lovely little start to the west. Nice! Nice! I don't even think I properly maximized this, but yeah, we've got this little stuff and things going on here. Let's see how we do. Is there going to be anything? Yeah, that's a bit better anyway in terms of the actual bad guys. But yeah, we'll just let it rock and roll here. See how we do. Come on down. Come on down. I think the guy in the middle is probably still going to be an issue because he usually is. Usually is. Yeah, as long as that guy dies. Actually, going to quickly switch over if I can. I needed power. And there we go. I got that power that I was looking for. Good. Okay, so this is definitely a little bit more sketchier when you're doing this 131. I probably advise people not to do this, but at least this was a good little showcase if you are wondering of a nice little build that you could do. Yeah, look at that, nice. Yeah, it's just... It'll struggle just a little bit in the initial beginning. Now, obviously, I'm doing this all on my own right now. I've not got any extra mass destructions, anything like that going on right now. So, having help would be greatly appreciated, from whoever it is that you manage to team up with. So, oh no, no. No. Give me mana. Oh, I can't even pick up all the mana properly now. Give me all this. I need it all. Give me it all. So there goes the buff beam. Look at the boost door. Right, so the boost door is done now. Nice. That's gonna help out a bunch. Please don't be a roller. That's like one of the downfalls right now. I think I'm still going to try and start this, yeah, like this, I think. Still gonna keep going like this. Just try and mash through these waves really quick for you all, so we can get to the actual description of the build. Just going to do a quick little swap here so I can get. I'm actually throwing down a flag right now. The 2 arms mod that you can find on the pirate map. That's what we're currently trying to do right now. And I kind of need that extra power right now. So is he going to smack this again? Oh, nice. There we go. Okay, that was actually much better timing on my part to make sure that he was not able to get. Yeah, making sure that I was putting the flag down for when the Chiefs were on their way. So then it maximizes their power, because there is, I don't know if you can see, but there's a stun. There's a couple of little dots out there. Couple of little dots. Out on the battlefield. It's actually EMP traps that are out there. That's what's given the anti-heal. As you can see, Drakenlord is just getting handled. I don't need to worry about that guy as much. Yeah. I think maybe for the majority of people, I think maybe you might want to maybe not start the 131. But if you do have a party of people and you can get them to bring along some mass destruction, I think you'll probably do just fine. So let's keep mashing for you. Right, okay, a Bastille Master. That's definitely going to make things a little bit more interesting here. For sure. You know what I should actually do is... Yeah, I really don't need the gun much right now. So when I swap over, I should really have my initiate handy, because then she can maximize that damage for that quick second I decide to hot swap over. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea for me to make sure that I could get that flag ready. So we'll boost here. We'll get a swap going. We'll get this down. Oh, why is it not going down? Go down! Get this down. Just give it a quick little second. Here, get the boost going, get that call to arms on the go. Oh yeah, that was definitely that was the way to do it there. Yeah, that guy never because that was much further back. I have been getting upgrades in now though. You'll actually see, you should be able to see a big difference though when the upgrades are actually put in this build. Right, okay, now I guess I need to go and do this real quick like. Yeah, no problemo. Get a boost, don't die to the hex throwers. How dare you, hex throwers? Yeah, this will definitely ease up a lot more once the upgrades are in place here. But I can't get out there to get any mana or stuffs and things. But yeah, there we go. Nice, nice little wave done again. No roller, please. Just that's like the bane of my existence right now. Just no roller right now. Do I just keep sinking into? Actually, let's get it spread out. I think I would normally prioritize just at the back, but I think I kind of need to get a little bit extra power right now. So yes. Well, let's keep it going. Keep it flowing. Keep it going. Get all these guys out of here. Try and make this as short as video as possible for everybody, so that you can see. I wanted to at least make sure that you guys could see this in full swing, so that you can kind of see what it is that's going on right now. It took me a little, not too long to figure some of this out. But when it came around to a couple of the relics, it was a bit touch and go a little bit. As you can see now though, I'm not even worrying about swapping right now. Like look, see, like now I'm just here just constantly buffing on my lavamancer for the time being. I'm not trying to hot swap or anything like that. Like, I'm not trying to put down my 2 arms mod that's on my lavamancer right now. If you're curious about it, we will get around to showcasing it just in a second here. But it is a pirate mod that you can easily go to the pirate maps to find. It'll just be something you'll just have to put a little bit of time into to try and find the mod. It shouldn't be too much though, but you will be looking for a weapon drop, so you know you're gonna have to potentially run the map a few times to get it. Yeah, there you go, man. Like, there's another a little bit of touch and go in the beginning for the 131, but I'll be able to get used to that and practice that a little bit more. Right, okay, so there you guys go. Should we keep going? Should we do more waves? What are we at right now? We're at 10 minutes. Nah, I think we should probably wrap it up round about there. So, welcome to the pew pew. I am firing a my laser build. The Omni. So, we have a ballista at the back here. Make sure that this guy is dead center. You see his little notch in the wall where the gate would open? Make sure this bad boy is dead center. That way you could fit everything else in quite nicely. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. So the ballista for here, you're going to want to make one of these regardless. Even if you haven't got one of these in place right now. But if you're somebody that's looking to tackle Onslaught in the future, maximum effort lanes, it's basically mandatory that you basically place down one of these ballistas specifically. So it doesn't matter who you are, you're going to want one of these. Everybody's going to want one, and these things are actually super, super good. And as you can see right now as well, this is only a Chaos 9 medallion as well, so there's still a bunch of power that can come along with this guy, but the main thing about the ballista is obviously with the burning, or should I say the igniting of the mobs in order to apply the damage, the armor debuff, as we could say, we like lower their armor so that we can in turn do more damage. Burn bolts, pierce, and defense rate. Burn bolts obviously does fire when it's hit, combined with oily harpoon. We don't want to have any negatives whenever we're placing down a ballista, so we always want it to do its job regardless of what mobs get placed in front of us, whether it's mutators or just the mobs in general. So we have pierce, we have rate, speedy harpoon, power bolts, and again oily harpoon so that we can combo the oil and the fire with the burning bolts there. Now, the main crutch of the build, which everybody's probably going to be curious about, it's going to be sentry turrets. And it will be the Viper Fangs as well. I always call them coils. I know there'll probably be somebody here that might flame me for it, because I always say it when I'm streaming. We have anti-melee, diverse critical with defense rate. I currently have defense crit chance as the third. I am still unsure whether or not if I want to swap that to maximize the crit damage instead. But for the time being, these guys are currently sitting in 86.33. So if I was to swap these guys over for more of the crit chance, we'd definitely be able to get over that crit damage 200 hump right there. But as if I'm basically just spamming this down so that I can get some games out, you know, and get some survival runs going, and there will be public matches, by the way. So if you do check the war table and that, please try and just make sure that you have a gear score that's relatively high, because now you can set the gear score in the war table, and I am setting it up there, you know, so like at least 17k-ish is roughly where I'm setting it. And this guy's 6 out of 10 for the Chaos 10 gear. It's just the weapon it is that I have 10 out of 10. That's what's pushing my gear score over the 17,500. You can see it's 17,723. So, you know, try if you are going to be joining me, it's more appropriate if people do have 6 out of 10 C10 gear on at a minimum, because I am setting the gear score pretty damn high for the time being. But yes, we have the sentry gun, anti-melee, diverse, critical, and defense rate. Sentry rocket. Sentry turret's attack generate 1 stacks at 5 stacks. It fires a rocket, dealing 160% defense damage in an area. This is basically bringing the AoE to the entire build, this sentry rocket. We're also going to get massive single target damage as well with the spinning up. Sentry turret deals more damage as it strikes enemies up to a maximum of 50% extra damage. The damage increase resets after not attacking for 5 seconds. Usually these guys are constantly firing, so the 5 seconds of downtime is usually only when the chiefs show up, which is obviously the waves is that I'm doing right now, 131, are obviously bringing the chiefs. There are a small bundle of mobs that come in the beginning, and it depends on how quickly you can burn those guys down, whether or not these sentries will actually have that small downtime. But 5 seconds is actually a relatively long time before, you know, these are going to lose that 50% extra damage. Mass destruction, as always. I'm pretty sure most people would understand that one pretty well. We have exactly the same relic for the Sand Vipers as well. Anti-melee, diverse critical, and defense rate. Now you'll notice that these guys actually have defense crit damage on them as well. So we're currently losing out on that crit chance, but you can see, like, this is just how the relics were initially set up for when I made them. I never really looked at the crit chance and the crit damage, but you can see the difference here between each of these, because one has crit chance and one has crit damage. As I was saying before, you know, it depends. Like, this is when I'm doing this solo right now, it's probably more beneficial to have that crit chance. But as you can see, if you were to go for the crit damage side of things, it's not going to hurt you in all seriousness. You know, getting your crit chance all the way up to roughly about 80%, as you can see here, is like, it's pretty beneficial. Now please keep in mind, obviously I do have AP that does increase my defense crit chance. Make sure you're pumping it in your utility category and getting the defense crit chance and the crit damage. Make sure that you get these two squared away, as for all the earlier and newer players that potentially might be out there watching this video. But you can see, as I was saying, if you do swap over from your relic to swap over to the crit damage, you'll definitely get over that 200%. And as you can see here, we genuinely we get over that 200%. We go well above it with an extra 13% there. So, oh, I didn't keep it in my deck. God damn it. So yeah, melee, diverse critical, and defense rate again. Destruction, we have rampant beam as well, so we can get that extra 10% too with mass destruction. Now there is a serpent's coil that is on the field right now. This guy only has one job, and it's actually the wrong one. Excuse me, I like almost killed myself. That's funny. It's actually the wrong one that's down there. Let me just quickly pretend you didn't see that there. Okay, like it's this guy that's supposed to be here. So now that, for those that are doing onslaught in the future, you're probably going to want to make sure you're going to want to have one of these relics regardless. So a defense rate, storm servo, and tenacity, with water elemental, destruction, and all for one. Now the main thing that you should know about this specific relic is that I'm using currently, if you do want to maximize more damage somehow, you're not going to need the tenacity, and you're not actually going to need the defense rate. So a storm servo, diverse critical, and diverse crit damage is probably going to be a lot more beneficial for you if you're looking to completely maximize everything within the build. But the main thing that this thing is here for is to bring the storm and the water elemental. If you're able to push up into the higher waves, into the 151 when assassins show up, you're going to have an extra little something in there with the frost strikes and the serpent's coil to just make sure that those assassins are off of you altogether. And if you're somebody who's stacked up with a Ring of Life, you've got your Resolute Armor, you're also wearing the snakeskin, and maybe even potentially you're somebody who's rocking a Sparkle Party for the pet in order to damage and stun and daze those assassins off of you. You're just covering so much in terms of what it is that you're actually doing for your, you're just trying to help yourself out as much as possible when it comes to that. When it comes around to the Nether Archer, I would say you probably don't need to specifically do it the way that I've done it. I just happen to have one of these, and I've had one of these for a very, very long time. Anti-melee, poison, and defense rate. I got ghost arrows, destruction, and power transfer. Now, when you start to get up into the higher waves, if you're able to get up into the higher waves, please let me know in the comments down below if you've got a party of people and you tried this out. If you manage to get up into the higher waves, which is 171, which I haven't even gotten there yet. I've just been testing this out for you guys to try and get something that's very consistent. My best advice for people is make sure to tell you what it actually is take out this power transfer later on down the line, and then get the slow down is probably maybe what you're going to want to do to make sure that the mobs can slow them down just a little bit. Yeah. Now there's only one Nether Archer here, so it's not going to completely slow down your entire run for when you get to that point. But if you are pushing up and you're looking to just push up into the waves, you're not looking for speed or consistency here. You're not looking for speed and efficiency, sorry. I'm using all the wrong words right now. So you can easily swap this guy out, and you could maybe even there's basically 50 DU here that you could easily add in something else. If you're somebody who likes using railguns, for example, and shenanigans like that, then you're more than welcome to, play around with this little 50 extra DU that sits here. But this Nether Archer, can really, really squeeze in here with this ballista. And usually I'm able to actually put down the talisman, right here as well. Yeah, see, there, I can put down the talisman without any worries there as well. So there's always a spot to put down. If you end up putting a railgun here, you might have to potentially shimmy a little bit of these. Snakes are actually very generous when it comes down to placing them down, so you can really squeeze those guys together in order to make sure that you can get, as you can see, I can just place this down, no problem at all. If you've watched any of my previous videos before, you're going to know all about the boost aura. You're going to know all about the buff beam as well. But there's a quick little, so 3, 2, 1. We'll go back over to the boost aura as well. 3, 2, 1. So you guys know what's rocking on over there as well. The FSA, I think everybody already knows FSAs as well. Destructive Pylon, Rage Pylon. I've got Deadly Strikes on mine with Range, Lingering Frostfire, and Rate in there as well. We also have some EMPs, as I was pointing out earlier on in the video as well. We do have some EMPs out in the field. These are pretty important. Try not to ignore this vital piece here, the anti-heal. It's the anti-heal that's on the map to deal with the chiefs. It's cheap, it's effective, it does well to deal with the mobs as well. We have electric paralysis, which also gives that slow too. And then range and rate. Yeah, there you go. There is the build. My best advice for people when you are using this, and if you do give it a try, is to quite simply just use this as your speed farming build, because you'll know when you try it out if you're able to put the stuffs together. I do understand for a lot of people they might not have a diverse critical for each of these specific relics, and they might feel like breaking potentially a relic that they might have that might have anti-melee and anti-chaos sitting on the side. It just depends what it is that you want to prioritize right now. If you're looking for all your godly stuffs right now, it really doesn't take you much to just spend a little of your medals just to move a few mods around so that you could come in and tackle this, no issues. And you would probably still even be able to use these in expeditions anyway. So, you you really should just be sticking to using nether archers anyway. Just make sure that you're using melee chaos and you'll be completely fine. Or you could do what I'm currently doing right now, which is venomous, melee, and pierce on pufferfish. Jellyfish, I have melee, range, and rate. Get destruction on both of these and just rock the lovely aquarium. It's nice and cheap as well. So, but yeah, there you go. There's the build for you. Crack on, get those godly orbs in, enjoy it. Lovely, lovely. Please leave your comments down below and let me know how everything fared for you. Please keep in mind that a good bunch of the stuff is maxed out currently, maybe apart from like the ballista and you know, maybe I think that's probably the only one that's maybe potentially not all the way cracked up there. But I've like rambled on for like so long already. I'm glad I only did 5 waves because like there was so much information to tell you. Start at wave 81. It'll be super easy. You could just either chill back, chillax, and then slowly upgrade everything, or you could jump and do what we've been doing recently on twitch.tv/Originalomni. I basically built the whole thing, starting at wave 81, and then we're just going out and using Genie King's Blessing to get some mana in, just so we can have everything upgraded as soon as possible. So then everybody could just, you know, we could just enjoy, just defend, and just chill and beat up all legobos. But you necessarily don't have to do that. You know, if you start at wave 81, I'm pretty sure actually it just depends on how much power it is you have. You know, as you're seeing, like tier 3 here, 6.4. Tier 2 over here, I've got, where's my attack damage, is 1.16 mil. You know, like over here, I mean, just look at the Sand Viper over here, just at the side. It's already doing 15 billion over here. This one's doing 15. You got 10 bill over there, 10 bill over there, 9.6, 10 bill. So, you know, like everything is pretty damn even right across the board. Again, you can see like 14, 14, 12. But like, so this one here is just the lowest one so far. This ballista actually does a lot of damage as well. As you can see, like 9.3 billion. So like it's keeping up, you know, like it's even on par with that little guy right there. Anyways, I've been rambling. They're quick little spouts of information for you. But yeah, there you go. I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, even night. Take care, and we'll catch you all later in a wonderful world that is etheria. Level to your face. Hadouken. Bye bye. L I L.